What's up, everyone? Astrobate. Welcome to Human Hump Day, where we only take human challengers, especially on hump days. Had to come up with an H word. It seemed appropriate. So, today is... Wow, Panda, you have a fan. Check it out. Gita B. Oh, hi, Gita B. It's good to have some followers. I'm not that popular. I don't know, I have some of them hate me. But it's nice to know that some of you guys love me. Panda gets depressed sometimes. Welcome everyone to Weird Wednesday, aka Hump Day, Human Hump Day, where we play unusual openings and against people. And with the time control between 5+3 and 7+3, if you'd like to challenge me to that between 5-3 and 7-3, an increment up to 5 seconds. So 5-4, 5-5, 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, and 7+3. Any of those time controls are fine with me. Casual, please. What's up? Gita B, Astrobate, Madramus. Morning, I barely got the stream started in time. I couldn't sleep well last night, couldn't get to sleep. Alright. We're ready to get started though. Let's see if we can find a victim in the victim area. I feel nice and fresh though. My brain... Last night I felt tired. I didn't play my best. I feel like at this hour I play better. It's the way I always have been over the last 10 years or so. When I played poker, I didn't play as well at night as in the morning as well. If I changed my schedule completely, I could be a night streamer, but this works better with my lifestyle, so have to go with it. Astrobate, you lost a 9-move game. That's good. Short and sweet. What was it? Trying to think of this. Easy to beat. That was it. It rhymes. Short, sweet, and easy to beat. Astrobate. Alright, tournament. Is everybody with me? Stream's looking okay? No problems? Juicebox, when's the trip to Vietnam? You said you were moving, didn't you? These are two different things, moving and a trip to Vietnam. Our Southeast Asia correspondent. Alright, I want to play. Create a game. This always confuses me, this menu. I like this. Brian Wall does lichess. He just does chess. Brian Wall is looking for his breakfast. Alright. Don't know that guy. Who's that guy? Sladgie. Ready to get started. B Wall. Brain Wall. Alright, Brain Wall. A shout out to Brain Wall. What's up, Brain Wall? We're going to take a challenger here for a warm-up game. Here's a 5-5 rated. I don't want to play rated. 8-0, 7-2. 7-2 rated. Come on, give me a break. I'm not even awake yet. 5-0 challenge. Come on, something in my range. 5-3 through 7-3. Is that too much to ask? Everybody's playing rated. Casual 30-0. I'd like to play a couple classical games at some point. Maybe somebody on the stream wants to play a classical game off stream. Let me know sometime. I have a provisional casual rating, and I'd like to get 20 games or something, but I need to play. Alright. Astrobate. Take your time. What day is it, Astrobate? What day is it? What day is it? There it is. I miss the American commercials. If I use my VPN, I can probably still see some. All right. ready to start. The Grob, no. Weird openings, but I don't play the Grob. It's against my principles. We don't do Grob around here. Now, if you play b6, I think that would be appropriate. Yep. Good move. We could transpose to... I mean, what's sensible with a3, really? Nothing. This will be useful in English defense scenarios where he's got bishop b4 to pin my c3 knight, so... a3 very appropriate there. Actually, Petrosian. The hippo. But if he's smart, he might play like g6, double fianchetto. e6 doesn't make as much sense as usual because there's no bishop b4. He plays his own way. He goes his own way with d6. Where this a3 is going to be an irrelevant move, like in the King's Indian. True enough. But he's also got a just generally kind of passive setup. Passive setup versus the irrelevant a3. Actually, a3 could promote b4. It could also be a weakness at b3. So, but for the most part, it's irrelevant in this position. Now, basically, Acerbate getting into like a kind of bad Benoni. I think d5 is forced, killing the bishop on b7. It's the own defense, the ultimate Acerbate defense, the own defense / check Benoni hybrid. Should I take on e6 en passant? Just because I like saying en passant. All right, no. No, that doesn't seem right. We've got to play it like a check Benoni, but it's a good check Benoni. Maintain maximum flexibility. Both sides have bad bishops. A lot of bad bishops going on here. And Acerbate preparing for bishop g5. Now, do we play knight f3? Welcome, everybody. We have lichess in the title. Come on. International Master William Pascal. I'm going to teach you guys some cool tricks here. It's a bad opening for black. This is a bad Benoni. This is not a bad move. You know, restructuring in the Queen's Indian like that, or repositioning in the Queen's Indian. It does seem a little early to be playing bishop c8, though. I don't know that it's that bad, actually. Preparing knight f8. Make your pieces great again. h3. Prophylaxis against Acerbate's intended knight f8, g3, knight g6. What am I going to do now? Where is he going with that? We have our normal setup here that I like to play, what I call the Spassky. The Spassky formation. Yes. Spassky formation complete. Now we can castle on either side. This is why I like this line. No, 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 no. No, no. No lion's jaw. There is a problem, though. I wanted to play my bishop back to e2 in this formation. Seems time-consuming to play queen back to c2, bishop back to e2 now. So I have to come up with another plan. I really wanted to play h4, to be honest. That's out. So it is going to be kind of hard to break, though I can play b4 on the queen side. Maybe that's the safest approach. King f1, Dmitry Gurevich style. Like, last time, Noob offered me a take back when I played King f1 in similar position. Walking into the fork. Now hold on a second here. I don't like you anymore. You got knight h5, and if I take on e5, you have knight takes g3 check. Setting myself up for the fork of death. It's like really asking for it. No, I like playing this artificial castling plan in many openings. In the anytime I play an H3 King's Indian, it's on the table. It's very good in the Gurgenidze Khan. I want my rook on H1 to protect the pawn here, and just generally participate in defense on the king side. This is this position now. I mean, I do have to be careful of these pieces are lurking here, but fundamentally, my control of E4 should. I don't want to say it. Trump that. Control of E4 should trump you. Knight to D2 is interesting. Bishop F5, Knight D2. The white square weakness here at E4 is really important. I mean, these weaknesses in general, these white squares, but I don't see a concrete way of taking him out here. Clearly, G4 is not on. So what's the plan? Maybe knight to D2. That would allow bishop G5. Azerbaid's done a good job making this work. Sort of. I don't know what to do. Try to keep it complicated. My gut instinct there is to exchange white square bishops, but it gives him more space. It frees him up by trading bishop takes f5, essentially. Knight takes c5. Allows e4 winning a piece, unfortunately. Maybe I should have just simply exchanged on f6. Knight f6, rook f6, bishop f5, rook f5, and then regrouped. But again, I'm helping him mobilize. Here he has simple moves. But maybe now knight takes c5 works. Sorry, depends on the position. Playing human viewers. Animal is okay too. Any living, breathing viewers who have happened to be on lichess.org and have a established account with, let's say, 100 games or so. I'm taking the challenge. Time control between 5-3 and 7+3, and I'm trying to play kind of unusual openings because it's human Humpday. Most days I specialize in playing against computers, apparently. But today we're going to focus on people. Plants are breathing in a sense. I guess plants count. We have a few challengers, but I'm taking the subscribers first. I don't think there's any subscribers in the challenge list. There are 3 people that are challenging me. People I hope, though I'm not so sure in at least one case. Alright, queen c8. See, this is why the rook on h1 is valuable. This kind of position here. Knight takes d6, bishop takes d3, I just lose. I was expecting queen d7. Uber driver. Human or plant? Control of the ever popular the e4 square. This diagonal is getting juicy here. Man, there's some action on that diagonal. Uber driver, what's up? How's the Uber driving? Driven any bots lately? All right. Human Humpday. The witch trials. Witch trials. Oh no, knight h5. Check this out. He's back. You gotta do the positional sacrifice now. Knight e6. Or do you? You don't have to. I mean, I could do it. What do I have? You want to try it? Just speculative? Almost feels like it's letting him off the hook a little too easily there. Can I win a pawn with just knight takes c5? No. We gotta do something. I'm running out of time. Uber driver. Solid player. He knows to get his pieces out, control the center, king safety, fundamental stuff, like Emmanuel Lasker. All right, Acerbate, don't think too much on this. Just take the white squares. Airport run. Yeah, as I said, I'm not going to be there till Wednesday. I like the bus, though. I love buses. You always meet, like, really, really scary, bizarre people. Rook on h1. Very key. Protector. So long as he doesn't play a knight to d4 anytime soon. You see his knights getting to d4 there? Imagine the power. Imagine the power of the knight coming into d4. No, I don't see why knight f4 is a problem. I just take it. Thank you very much. Then he takes with the pawn. I mean, I have lots of moves there. Even bishop takes g6. Knight f4 looks dangerous superficially. I don't see how it can work. I don't see what it does. Like knight f4, gf4, gf4. I could even play bishop takes g6 in that position and be up a piece. Okay, he may have some compensation. Speculative. Well, I prefer when people don't suggest moves like on the move. You know, it's better if you wait until like if the move has been played or not played, or you know, like after the fact. We don't want to like give moves to the players who are actively playing right now. Like there's no delay. But there's a small delay, so it's not enough, you know. Like making suggestions. Bishop h4. Hope chess, as they say. Trojan. Petrosian. We can, after the game, take a quick look at knight f4. I'm going to go on record as saying I doubt that it's sound. I didn't consider I probably can take on h4 here. Now he does it. Wow. It would be good if it wasn't losing his queen. Chronic weakness on the white squares. Bad bishop. Let's check it out with the engine. Oh, you've got that. Oh my god. Oh my god, maybe I'm lost. Swindled. The horrors. The horror. The horror. 87. I let it get out of control. Good job, Asterbait. Good job, me. I'm winning, yeah, but it was pretty touch and go there. Apparently I was always winning. Man. It was scary. I have to admit. No, he's tricky. He's tricky. He's gonna beat me one of these days. He's already got a number of draws. But when I sacked a pawn, you know, in this game with knight g5 or here, the pundits were recommending knight f4 check here. I just dismissed it as unsound. My whole position is basically designed to disallow this sacrifice. I mean, that's why I have a rook on h1. So it's like +3 for white if you sack that way. If you sack the other knight, I don't think you have much difference, or it's probably even worse. It's just not sound. There's like nothing for black. Okay, good game. All right, that's my name. I will take challengers first. Mule Skinner, subscriber to the stream. Testosterone, also a subscriber to the stream. So I also want to thank, no, I can't remember his handle. We had a couple of donations. Total Noob donated $10. And not Fisher donated $7.42 there in the streaming donations. So I wanted to thank them. You guys can also support the stream with bit donations and just by subscribing. Hardvice and Noodle, Jim, and Oms on Twitch. Thank you guys. Streaming donations, if you click on the panda under the Twitch, on the Twitch page, the panda GIF. Okay, let's play some more games here. Human Humpday, in honor of yesterday's. Paperbomb, you're not a subscriber, right? Mule Skinner is a regular subscriber. So, Human Humpday, weird openings, Wednesday. What are we gonna do? 2 more days and I can get bits. Today's May 1st. It's a holiday here. Hungarians love holidays. They basically have holidays all the time. Like, I don't know how anybody gets any work done in this country. They don't, basically. All right, French defense. Yuck. Chigorin. Turkey farm, that's the best I can do. Weird Wednesday. Queen E2. Okay. Knight F6. I've never faced this before. It's a demented sort of Alyakin's defense after E5. I like E5. But there is a risk I'm overextending here. Acerbate, I don't mean to pick on him, but he has a habit of allowing E5 into positions where I have a space advantage. And I have attacking chances on the king side. This is not Acerbate, I'm just mentioning that because we played, last game and it popped in my head. Alright. My queen on E2 is kind of sketchy here. But so is his E6, Knight D5. 3 New Year's where you live. You're hoping for B3. Yeah, B3. It's not... The problem with B3, it tends to transpose to really sort of dry, ordinary stuff more often than not. With Queen E2, you're going to get a weird position, almost always. You mean B3 against the French or B3 on move 1? I should consider playing it against the French on move 2. If that's what you mean, maybe you're right. I was thinking you meant move 1. Well, now we transpose to a weird Sicilian. I need a place to put my bishop, obviously. Turkey farm approved. G3. Against the French, interesting. I never played that. But why should B3 be bad? Okay, subscriber challenges first. Except on Fridays when I just take all the challenges randomly. Testosterone, aka Turkey farm is next. Then G6. Drop everything you're doing. No. Alright, whatever. We need to reinforce this pawn on E5. I haven't made up my mind about continuing in the center. Knight A3 is looking kind of logical here. I mean, I really basically pretty much was banking on playing D3. D4 seems to open it up in a kind of closed Sicilian. I'm not sure I necessarily want to do that. But maybe keeping the options open is the best. G Spites. Have a great day. International Master William Pascal, we're streaming Human Humpday. Weird opening challenges, so I'm just trying to play unusual stuff. Last game I played A3 on move 1. This game it's a Queen E2 French. So try to have some fun while playing semi-sound openings. I don't play the bomb cloud. Or random A4, H4 moves. Pawn to wake up. Guys, I'm going back to the United States. And I'll be streaming from the US next week, the end of next week. Probably like next Friday I'll start. So pawn takes. How do we want to do this? Why am I getting these windows? Mule Skinner's here for game 201. Probably I should just take that. If I don't take, he will take. When I get a knight stuck on e5, I figure it's gonna be like hit by f6 at some point. So otherwise, if I played knight c4, he takes. I take with a knight. It's gonna get kicked out with f6 later. Maybe I'm better off just bringing his queen to d6 where he'll get attacked, essentially. But it looks like a totally normal. It's morphing into almost a totally normal King's Indian attack now. Morpheus. Yeah, I just don't see d4 working. He's got too much pressure on that. Although, now he has a lockdown on d4. I have to live with it. Live with this. Brings you to the US. Citizenship. No, I've been telling everybody this. My mom passed away 2 weeks ago, and she's the only relative I had, closer than a cousin. I don't have, parents, sisters, brothers, uncles, or aunts. So my only living relative passing away is a big deal. I've got to go back and take care of all of her affairs. All right, Queen C7. Let's go. It's weird not having any like close family. We've got cousins who I never really met, but no connection to them. Anyway, I usually go to the United States in the summer. Last year we were streaming from the same time, mid-May. Usually I'm there anyway the last 10 years or so. June through August. B6, A3, Rook B1. Very nice play by Mule Skinner, turning it into a great King's Indian, colors reversed. I have a family of my own, but that still doesn't count as like, your birth family. Like, it's weird not having any of my, I had a small family to begin with, and all my close relatives have died, so it's just weird, it's a weird feeling. Okay. Everyone dies. Eventually. We're all dying. Positive thoughts. Just slowly. Some more slowly than others. I like the way Mule Skinner plays. I feel like I'm playing Turkey Farm. We were talking about the King's Indian. Damn, dude. This is perfect for black. Now he's got that pressure down the C file. You're gonna have to play Rook C1. There ain't no better way here. And that's not a happy scenario. I don't like my rook to have to be placed like that, backward. Now that black has good control of the center, I'm going to attack on the wing out of sheer desperation. Uh-oh. This actually doesn't do anything, does it? No. That's when I get really dangerous. I'm not... This could actually backfire for me. Oh, this is sick. He's got an answer for that too. Damn it. Oh, you have that. I didn't see that. I was expecting something worse. It's ultimately probably a mistake. I'm not certain. I'm not certain if I'm hurting. Precarious at best. Trying to block the pressure along the C line. I feel like the last 10 moves we've been like dancing around. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oligos. Don't even mention Oligos. You found that. Well, I didn't find bishop d2. It's like you're clearly Magnus Carlsening me after bishop d2. We have a problem. Okay, the game kind of degenerated there. Sort of need to get a life. I don't know. This is a really, very, very sick individual who needs psychiatric help. All right, but we can't solve the world's problems here as much as we would like to. I'm sorry for them. They need to go seek counseling. Okay. Well, it's obstacle their bishops, you know. I mean, these are known, even with the rooks on, it's, you know, it's pretty hard to, it's not easy to win this type of endgame with one pawn up. It's a lot of work. All right, good game. So testosterone. I wouldn't say it's a draw. You're clearly better, but it's going to be hard to win. You can trap the rook. I didn't see. It was a lot of mistakes by both of us in time scramble. It was an interesting position when I played bishop f4 and you played queen e7 and I played bishop d6 there. And you just simply played queen d7. I was really curious about rook takes d6. Because there's two interesting lines there. If rook d6, bishop b7, rook takes c4. Does that make sense? Yeah. Rook d6, bishop takes b7, rook takes c4. Or you also had, when I went bishop d6, rook d6, knight d6, and now bishop takes g2. And I thought if knight c8, you have some chances with queen b7. But maybe it's just a fantasy, I don't know. But I'm going to have to be careful on the white squares. Maybe I have like knight e7 check and I'm up a piece, but probably I can't get out, you know, so lots of interesting stuff. I'm white again, another solid opponent. What are we going to do? This guy likes to play g6. Let's go against his counter fianchetto on the queen side. He actually likes to play the hippo, I've noticed. Last time against him, I played, this isn't really an unusual opening, so we'll try to make it truly unusual. But how can we do that now? First one to play the hippo. Now neither side can play the hippo. We can't double fianchetto. So how do you turn this into an unusual opening? You basically can't. I can play f4. Bird's opening. Bird's opening by transposition. The Sicilian. Basically just a closed Sicilian. Testosterone, did I play this against you last week? I mean, it's technically not a closed Sicilian until I've played e4, of course. But for all structural purposes, the basic, I mean, structure where the pieces are placed and whatever are extremely similar. Structure, other than the pawns, whatever I'm trying to say. Basic premise is the same. I had a bad game against somebody last week where I regretted playing knight c3 and d3. And I thought it would have been better to play d3 and c3. It's basically like different ways of playing the Leningrad Dutch or Bird's opening with fianchetto. You can either put the knight on c3 or you can play like c3, trying to control the d4 square with the pawn. We've got a challenge here from, oh no, we lost Muleskinner. I'm playing Muleskinner. No, I'm playing Testosterone. We lost Muleskinner. He was there briefly. All right, so just a kind of weird Dutch, English, hybrid. D6 is a solid move. He can obviously play D5 as well. Different formation. Botvinnik. Pawn formation after E5. I think I made him make the move. So I guess normally in many cases you will exchange on E5. Probably doesn't really harm White's position. Where does this knight go? I'm basically playing a closed Sicilian without the move E4. But it's possible that could even work in my favor. I'm able to develop and deploy all my pieces without making that move. And in fact, my bishop isn't blocked like it is in the traditional King's Indian, or sorry, closed Sicilian. That's actually the worst thing about the closed Sicilian, is the fact that your bishop is bad. So we're trying to play a good or improved closed Sicilian. But I don't have much experience with closed Sicilian type formations except when I'm black. Weird Wednesday, guys. Don't forget to support the stream. Hit us with some bit donations. Thanks to everybody who donated. You can also support the stream with PayPal. Or via PayPal, I should say. Okay, Testosterone taking his time about castling. Knight H4. Knight G5. Knight E4. Different and weird sorts of ideas here. What if he doesn't want a castle? Wait and see. Rook B1 looks a little bit feeble, but it's not gonna be good on the long diagonal. Just a random move. See what he's gonna do. I'd like to see him castle. Then I can play King H1 without worrying about like H5, H4. A little bit like last game. Where was it? I played A3 and B4. Made a tournament last night, Blitz tournament last night, which was really very strange due to lots of strange accounts with suspicious play. That's why it's human hump day today. Anyway, we were bombarded by bots in the tournament yesterday. But congratulations to Pichu and Alms, I think, who performed the best out of everyone. I didn't even come close. I had to resign a bunch of suspicious games. I played like 3 or 4 suspicious accounts. There were probably 5 or more total. Okay, so finally F5. Now I can fix the pawns in the center with E4. Try to chip away at his center. Also, is he threatening anything? Yes. So if B4, E4, he wins a piece. It's a nice little trap. Very weird. Accelerated closed Sicilian. Asabate got crushed in the bot tournament yesterday. There was an 1100 who like lost all their games just to create an account and then crushed me with an engine. They actually didn't get a chance because I just resigned first, but it's pretty sad. Need to get a life, people. Testosterone is like uber correct. Uber correct. Let's say it one more time. Uber driver. Basically, all my pieces are set up. Now what do we do? This is when the game gets tough. Tough get going. Kapow! Okay, guys. What's the schedule? Tomorrow night we have the subscriber stream. We've got one subscriber submission. So Thursday nights we do game analysis. Fossil Figo already submitted his game. Acerbate, did you submit your game yet? We gotta like send you guys a message to remind you that there's a subscriber stream tomorrow. Oh man, H6. I almost played Queen C1 last move. G5 could get kind of nasty. So I think I have to play this. Now all hell breaks loose. What else am I going to play there? Should I have played knight h4? Does that work? And he has g5. So I don't see that working. Oh man, this is going to get crazy. We better be fast here. We're just going to get crushed by g5 if I'm not careful. Maybe takes and knight d5. Takes and knight e2. d4. All right. Seriously, I'm going to have to report that to Twitch now. It's annoying. Maybe they can ban their ISP. I was going to let it go, but it's gotten out of control now. Maybe we can get rid of them permanently. I think there was one other troll where I was able to get rid of them permanently. It takes a lot of work. Really have to campaign to have them banned. All right. Big money's here. This guy's challenging me. What are you doing, dude? Why are you challenging me to half minute? Whatever. It's not chess. For lack of a better move. This is just getting out of control. Testosterone, you're getting too strong, man. Getting too strong. There's no stopping you. Scary. Fighting for my life here. Lucky I'm not losing material. Maybe I am losing material. Knight on h4 versus the knight on d4. It seems like Testosterone's improved a lot in the last, like, 10 games. He's getting tougher and tougher to play. Almost every game is extremely tough. He's not the only one. Actually, I said the same about Haberbaum yesterday. Lucky I'm not losing a piece or something here. He's got to be careful, like g5, bishop e4, check. Oh, man. You had bishop b7 there. I think black is just better. This actually might not be bad. Incredible. Incredible. Damn. What am I doing? That's all I can do to hold a draw. Psychic. Call the psychic network. What? What did I miss? Like almost a mate in one there? Damn, dude. I wouldn't resign. I only have one pawn left. If you get that pawn, it's probably a draw. I mean, you were nearly winning. Slenderina. Slenderina is watching. So up until this has been played before. Strangely, no one played F takes E. There's a game. With Sicyon, the lesser. I thought black played brilliantly. Now I'm just toast. I don't know what I'm supposed to play in this position. It's already... I'm just like crushed. Your opening play is phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal opening play. Excellent. Okay. Haberbomb, no. Big money. The dude has challenged me again. Oh, man. All right, hold on. We're going to have to... The 8-0 casual. We're playing 5-3 through 7+3. Bulat. Bolat Asanov. Okay. E4. What are we going to do? Weird openings for black. What's not been played recently by me? The French Nimzovich. The Nimzo French. Great opening turkey farm. The Nimzo French Mexican hybrid. Very infrequently seen at the top levels. Alright, dude. I am gonna like go to Twitch and try to have you ISP banned. That's enough. Okay. I'm gonna report every account they have and do everything in my power to ban them. C4. It's gonna take some time, and unfortunately I have to put in a lot of work to do that. But we'll do what we have to do. Stop getting trolled. Unfortunately. Alright, C4, interesting move. One weird player is enough. It just has to be a slightly offbeat opening. For me, at least. You guys don't have to participate if you don't want to. Interesting. Kind of BOGO after bishop e4 check. Would seem logical. The other option is g6, which looks kind of dodgy. I haven't played this much, but I think this is the first time someone played c4 against me. Kind of Nimzo-ish concept. Just haven't played knight f6, so it can't be a Nimzo. A3. Big Money is an e4 player. He shouldn't necessarily be comfortable in this type of structure, but he might be. You know, some people are more versatile than others. guess knight e7. The other option is knight b8, knight d7. I don't think that black is clearly better or worse here. It's just a position. Chances for both sides. Two bishops offset the pawn structure. h4 is interesting. I'm doing pretty good this morning. You've got to really consider the options here. Maybe I have to play f5. Opening the position against those bishops seems a bit dangerous, though. There's also knight f6 attacking the e4 pawn. How does he defend the e4 pawn if I play knight f6? f3, knight h5. Interesting idea is like knight f6 bouncing back to d7 to blockade c5. And I guess we just defend like Petrosian on the king side or something. Base our play against his pawn structure on the queen side. And he does have some weird moves though, like queen g4. Bishop d3, knight d7, queen g4. I don't want to play g6 under any circumstances on the king side. I don't really want to play h5 either. I'd rather have a structure based on f6 and just leave my pawns on dark squares. Something very solid, where I don't weaken the dark squares. I don't want to make this bishop great again. Make anything great again. All right, now f3. Well, that doesn't allow for knight queen g4 ideas. So the other one is knight h5, but I'm afraid that's very, very temporary. Go to the queen side, set up a blockade. White has more space, but the structure makes it more or less sustainable for black. It's passive, but it's solid. But Big Money, being an e4 player, you know, I mean, this is surprising. He can convert to this kind of structure. h4 is against the knight coming to g6. It's a maneuver that I use all the time. Gains space. Rook pawns are notoriously good with bishops. It improves the rook on h1. It gains space. It's good for the bishops in the long run. You could go for just general space with like g4, h5 at some point. No, I mean, h4 is a strong move. Here, I could try f5. But then, like, for example, bishop g5, then we lock it up. This wasn't my original plan. But f5 seems interesting now. If I were him, honestly, I would probably strongly consider playing g4 there. Just to grab all the space, lock it down. This is not a one-way street, though. I might be doing something kind of dangerous here. I completely changed my plan. Basically with this move. I said I was going to do solid defense and I was going to play like f6 or something. I mean, if you do h4 moves just like randomly, they can be detrimental and bad, but I think in that situation with the knight coming to e7, this is a pretty standard sort of idea. This is unexpected. I don't really get it. What's his idea? Like f takes e, queen g4? It's the only thing I can think of. Probably I should just castle kingside now. We're actually way ahead in development. And his h4 is starting to look kind of irrelevant now. I'm almost fully developed. Almost. Okay, the queen side's a little bit. Still better than he is. Rook a2. Acerbate. Always thinking. Always watching you. Acerbate. Oh, it's a holiday here. I keep forgetting. Every day is a holiday. That's the best part about living in Hungary. Almost every day is a holiday. It's always something to celebrate and not go to work for. We go for the full-on dark square blockade now. I mean, I'm just winning material, aren't I? Like, takes. That doesn't seem right. At this point, h4 starts to look like a serious dud. Today's International Workers' Day? What? Oh yeah, it is. And I'm making fun of them not working in Hungary. How appropriate. The slave driver. I'm the Montgomery Burns of the chess world. Make them work, Smithers, every day. No holidays. Of course it's good for black. It's Labor Day, but that's not... that doesn't apply in the United States, or how does it work? Does anybody know? I'm half American and half Hungarian at this point. Acerbate subscribed to tier 3, 16-month tier 3 subscription. Yeah, I mean I think of the 1st of May as May Day, you know, or whatever. But I did notice on the calendar it's like World Labor Day or whatever. It's just weird that in the United States we have a Labor Day. So that's why. I mean, the US has its own Labor Day, so we don't need like an international Labor Day too. I guess though we'll let them have it here in Hungary. Let them have their Labor Day, but it just had a holiday. They just had like Easter. How can anything get done if there's like a holiday almost every day? Alright, big money is fading. Fading fast. I have to work every day, damn it. 7 days a week, no holidays for Sladgie. Chess streamers don't get paid vacation or medical benefits. So don't forget, guys, go to school. Don't become an internet troll. Don't become a chess streamer. Clowers is hosting. Korchnoi Ian. Is my queen trapped yet? The Korchnoi like king d2. Excellent move. So queen f7, knight g5 gets a little awkward. We're going to have to shed a pawn here. So you've got a better idea. Feels like I really messed this up. White's starting to play like brilliantly. I mean, I can play Queen F7, Knight G5. Maybe I should have done that long ago. But now Knight E6. He's a genius to get out of this. This is probably even worse. It's amazing. Now I think I like lose a pawn. Clearly worse now. I guess I can play Queen D8. It's really sad. That's my best move. It's so sad. What a comeback by White. What an amazing play. To take a totally lost position, play King D2, and one move everything's okay. I'm actually just not even better here. Maybe I have some miracle with like Knight G4 there. About to lose on time. No, I think the holiday May the 1st comes from the United Kingdom. It was called May Day. And they had like a maypole, which they would like dance around. It's probably like going back to like pagan times. Madramas. It's a pagan holiday that goes back like forever in history. In Romania, they like go around the streets like trying to scare the spirits away on this day, for example. The Scandinavian trap. So here's where it all went wrong. Like totally dominating. Plays King D2. And I didn't apply enough pressure. One lazy move and it all evaporated to nothing. This is my bigger mistake. I should have bailed out last move and played queen back to d8. I realized too late. I mean, I'm very lucky here. I was afraid of knight g5. Of course, he has his issues too with his king in the middle of the board. It's still not clear. Okay, guys, don't forget. Tonight is my, not tonight, tomorrow night is my subscriber stream, Thursday. I'm sure some people are still working, Sleman. Don't worry. Emergency workers, you know, sea rescue workers, hopefully. The Coast Guard. Jules Verne. Jules Darrett, if you could re-challenge me to 5+3 with an increment, I would accept your challenge. We've got an hour left in the stream. Distress call Mayday, Mayday. Oh, it was a bad joke. I thought you meant like rescue workers weren't working. Because it's International Labor Day. All right. It's just a bad pun. Santiago, Chile. What are we going to play for unusual opening this game? Let's play e4, e5 and go from there. Maybe we can play like the Latvian Elephant Gambit. We'll try f5. Taking your life in your hands every time you do this. Extremely incorrect opening for black. But the point is to have fun. Human hump day. Weird Wednesday. Big money Asterbait. These guys are on the list for tomorrow night. Subscriber stream at 6:30 p.m. CEST. I play the King's Gambit, you know, just for fun. I always did like to play it in Blitz, but I've never seriously studied it. Just for fun. So, I mean, D3 basically is a mistake that lets black get away with murder. You have to take the... I mean, there may be other lines, but you probably have to take the pawn for the most part here. I mean, they can take on f5 too. That's interesting. You can't react passively, or black gets a good game here. Now I think it's just a good King's Gambit, more or less. You know, although maybe like this isn't so bad. You could argue that it's like a Fischer, sort of Fischer variation of the King's Gambit, but that's different because the knight's on f3. You know, probably not a very good version. In the Fischer variation of the King's Gambit, you play like d6. You take and play d6, but it's important that the knight isn't yet out on f6. Right, there's a very highly recommended book by John Shaw, I think, on the King's Gambit that's out. The Scottish Grandmaster, who I lost stupidly against. That was a long time ago. When was that? Well, it must have been over 20 years ago. Alright. I'm that old. Scary. You could also take with take with a knight there on e7 maybe. But this is no time to get materialistic. If he wants to take on f5, we can probably recoup that pawn somehow. Basically just solid position for black. White's restricted because of the bishop on e2. Maybe the more active bishop. You wouldn't think about castling queenside, would you? I mean, do what you want. It's not going to be easy for white here either way. Black's just slightly better. I remember there was a good book by Joe Gallagher on the King's Indian. That's ancient now. There have been several, I'm sure, like in recent years. Why do I need to play king? I'm being paranoid. I'm playing like king h8. No. So we should just attack here. b5. I mean, knight d4. Knight d4 doesn't really do anything. Okay, I mean, king h8 is not that bad. It's always good to put the king on an opposite color of the enemy. The enemy's bishop. It's like a Grand Prix attack. I mean, he hasn't played the English, but it's a Grand Prix attack for me. No, I mean, you can't play d3 against the Latvian. You just instantly get a passive position. The same thing, you know, isn't really the case in the Schliemann because the bishop's out on b5. I mean, the big problem here is that this bishop is blocked in. Other than that, white's position is okay. Against the Schliemann, it's okay to play d3. It's like a respected variation. Maybe this is one of his better continuations, just to give up the pawn on e4, give up the strong point on e4. We have a lot of ideas. Ideas. If he has to play g3 to support his knight on h4, he weakens himself along the f file. So guys, the next stream is 6:30 tomorrow night. Please donate and support the stream. We had a couple of streaming donations in the last few days. I'd like to thank for that. So now knight f3 back. Certainly loss of time. We also have this retreat square thanks to king h8. b5 starting to look interesting. Computer probably says that's unsound. You could just go. I mean, what's he gonna do though? He's gonna do d4. Maybe I don't have time for a wing attack here. He could have done this the previous move, and actually I'm gonna have to answer d4 with something concrete. There is knight d4. That would free him up though. Knight d5. Ultra simple approach. That also allows them to exchange pieces though. Alright, I don't know. I'm letting him trade pieces here. This might be a big mistake. Not a huge mistake, but some kind of mistake. But it is a defender of his king side, whatever you want to call this. If that's the queen side, the defender of his queen side. I'm thinking about taking that. I have rook f4. He doesn't have d4. Well, if he does d4, it's pretty risky. a5. Simple position where black is better here. Wow, Turkey Farm, did you seriously suggest that move, knight d5? Simply? Yeah. That's what I finally came to the conclusion. Same conclusion as you. Simply grapefruit. I'm playing it like the white side of a queen's gambit. It's like, I mean, very minimalistic. This is the queen side, and that's the king side over there. The queen side is the king side, and the king side is the queen side. And I have c-file pressure. This is the white side of a queen's gambit. Mirror image. Fun house, Hall of Mirror style. Pretty simplistic. We've got 2 more challenges from Haberbaum and Cheesy Noob. That should take about 30 minutes. White's just positionally kind of screwed because of this backward pawn. The general passive nature of his bishop on e2. And he just dropped a piece. I think. Maybe not. Maybe all is not as it seems here. He has c4. It's a trick. Rook a4. It's a little trick. Rook takes f3, c4, rook takes f2, c takes d, knight d4. But this trick is good for me. He's losing a pawn at best. Now he's losing a piece. His only chance was c4. No back rank mates. Acerbate, the secret to not screwing up winning positions. Always say to yourself, what could possibly go wrong here, you know? Ask yourself, I'm up a piece, you know, what could possibly go wrong? I could drop my queen, or I could allow a back rank mate. No back rank mate. It sounds stupid and childish, but it's actually a good way to think. Now he's trading pieces, which is really a practical mistake. Mate. Okay, guys, we got time for at least 3 more games. Haberbomb getting tougher and tougher. So, weird opening Wednesday. What are we going to do? Well, I don't think Haberbomb, James Clark, I don't know if he plays the Sicilian. I wanted to play the pre-A attack with A3, but he played E6. I would play A3 against D5. Can you play it here? I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. The French Grandmaster Eric Prier. He prefers to play it against D5. This could transpose to a Queen's Gambit accepted. Reverse colors. I want A3 to be a useful feature of the position, not an irrelevancy. If I play C4 now, we transpose to a normal we didn't get a weird opening. We actually are headed toward a kind of standard Zuckertort. But I probably played A3 a little too early. Maybe objectively I have to play either this move. That gives him efficient development with his bishop. I guess objectively I just have to play C4 here. But I didn't want to go into a standard semi-Tarash because that would really not be a weird opening. That's the most normal opening, like in chess, probably. The symmetrical semi-Tarash. What could be more boring? Now a passive move by black with bishop e7. That's good. That's good for us. Passivity is always welcomed. Against the Kolikotnowski, he should probably try for d5 and bishop d6 and really strive to fight back for e5. What's up, guys? Good morning. In the US, it is now 5:30 a.m. Here in Europe, this part of Europe anyway, Western Europe, I mean Eastern Europe, it's, where am I again? Budapest? 11:30. But next week, I'll be moving to the United States on Wednesday, a week from today. for the summer, so I think we're going to need at least a day off. Tentatively, the stream will be down Wednesday and Thursday next week and back up on Friday. It's a good Kolakotnowski system for white. Basically like black just playing the bishop on e7 instead of on d6. It's also not sure where the queen belongs, on e7 or c7. There's a debate about that as well. This is a strange passive move, knight d7. Yeah, West Coast. I have a meeting with someone on the West Coast. Morning there is it's like 5 in the afternoon here. Are you trying to play e5, sir? Like a Catalan or something? You wouldn't do that, would you? We're not going to let you. We got to go. Get some steak in the center. Mayday. Mayday. I can hear the fun and games in the city park. But I have to work today. Well, everybody's out playing and having fun. It's great. The independence of being a chess streamer, but chess teacher. But basically I'm working a lot. No days off. Giving up the center. Give it to me. Give it to me. It reminds me a little bit of my game that I lost yesterday in our tournament. First round against Candela, I had the same kind of center where I went d5. It became really crazy. Very similar structure. This is a slightly better version now. I basically went d5, he took it, and I had these rolling central pawns against his queenside coming down over here. In balance. But I ended up dropping my queen. Funny, got distracted by the chat. All right. Mobilizado. So d5, knight e5. d5 is strong. Actually, queen c2 here, causing weaknesses in his king side. He just plays h6, I think. I don't normally like the battery with the queen on c2. The Zion Lion, Pacific time. Is that a specific time we're talking about? Development. Queen c2, h6. d5, knight e5, knight e5. Oh. Maybe this is stronger than I thought. The sharpest tactician in the East. Always looking for tactics. Whoops. There's that rolling center again. Strike. Strike one. Raging attack. Can win a pawn. I don't have anything better. Now if I play bishop takes e5, obviously he has g6. And after bishop takes c7, g takes h, it looks like he might not be that bad there, but probably I'll give it a try anyway. And g6 looks like a reasonable attempt to force a trade of queens here. I was kind of hoping to attack. I mean, you could definitely do queen takes e5. Not falling for my clever trap. G6 not possible. It's always possible, Falkbeer. Believe me, I've seen everything. Mate. Mate was called. You're spoiling all the fun. Anna. Don't be so serious, Falkbeer. We're trying to trick him into making one move. One move blunders. You'd be surprised what percentage I have with that. That they believe me. Take my advice. Wow. Queen h4. Queen e5. Queen h6, queen e5. So it's just queen e5 all the time. How about queen g5? He's going to avoid the exchange of queens no matter what. Like every variation is the same problem. There's no way to mate him without him like trading queens somehow. Queen g5, queen d8, knight f6 check, king g7, knight h5 check, king g8. It's like ridiculous. Queen h6, queen e5. Maybe there's some way to play this. Just 3 minutes in a bad position. The important thing is that he's faster than me. I didn't really want to trade queens and risk the rook endgame where he has 3-on-1 on the queen side, even though I'm probably winning. There's very little margin for error there. Whereas it seems like the queen and knight is extremely dangerous for black. So if I can keep the queen and knight on the board, and the knight is just crushing him here. He can't even move his rooks or anything. Okay, guys, what do we got? Time for a couple more games. It was nice playing some humans on the stream today. Now it's starting to look pretty bad. Like, he's probably going to lose a bishop. Rook d8, knight c4. Okay, maybe he can avert losing a bishop. The queen-knight combination remains live and very, very dangerous for black. His king safety isn't good. He has just these two pawns to protect. Oh, I'm hallucinating. Oh my god, I did it again. I screwed up a winning position again. Just hallucinated in time pressure. Lucky to come back and win there. I had the most bizarre hallucination. I suddenly thought that he didn't have a g-pawn. Seriously. For some reason, when I took an f5 and he took on g6, I really believed he didn't have a g-pawn. It's crazy, and I don't know how that happens. But I was expecting like g takes f, queen takes d6, and the g-pawn wasn't on g6. It was like gone in my mind. It wasn't there. That's literally why I changed my plan. After knight c4, he's done here. This is like the simplest. I thought he might have this move. But I mean, it's a disaster. I mean, this is coming. Could just resign here. Anyway, it was fun. I hung my queen on f4. I hung my queen on f4. Wow. Yeah, obviously I became a little confused. Desperate and confused. I played what? Queen g takes f5. I realized queen, it was all psychological. Queen g5 check, queen g6 wouldn't be good, so I played queen f4 instead, leading to a decisive victory. This is a slight inaccuracy. Black didn't want it. Alright. Cheesy noob. Crab opening. No crab. No crab, low crab. Dutch. I never play the Dutch. It's not really a weird opening, but since I don't play it, it's weird for me. Be like Magnus and play the Stonewall. Someone I knew recommended me to play this system for white, and the one time I played it, I got my head handed to me. It was ridiculous. Now white should play knight on BD2. Knight E5. Uber driver says the Coley London system doesn't do well against the Dutch. I remember David Vigorito used to beat John Curto with like D4, E3, Knight F3, C4, B4 against his Leningrad Dutch. It's kind of like that Axel Smith idea of playing the E3 poison or whatever, where you basically you pretend you're playing the white side of a French. Like you pretend you're playing the French with white with an extra tempo. You just do like D4, E3, Knight F3, and then C4, B4, A4, B5, A5, C5 like that on the queen side. You just throw everything at black on the queen side. Like it's a King's Indian attack. And that might have some valid, you know, validity. I remember watching Curto just get crushed. But in general, it's a pretty feeble sort of setup. This 95 is kind of weird. But I think I best break this pin. Bishop B4 doesn't really do it for me. So my point anyway is that the Axel Smith system, I don't know his book, what it's about really. You know, I know that primarily I thought he was recommending that against the King's Indian or whatever. But H6. Drop the rook. Interesting. I'll take it. All right. We've got time for 2 more games. 2 more full games. Let's get some challenges out there. Get some bit donations. Wow, a new donator, Berenzen KT. Thank you. 110 bits. Let's get 2 challenges. Anything between 5+3 and 7+3. I've still got half an hour left to play. So while I'm waiting for those challenges, we'll like find some quick game here. Time for 2 more challenges, guys. NM Brian Wall does chess. Is NM Brian Wall really alive? How you drop rook? I didn't. That's the point, it's protected. Let's see our correspondence games. Big money. Alright, let's get some 2 challenges, guys. What do we got? Uber driver. Uh-oh. Uber driver is uber solid. I think the Uber driver is master strength. Master strength. He won the last 2. That was 7+3 where I flagged and I flagged. Flagging. I like flagging against Uber driver lately. This time he challenged me to 5+3. Those were 7-3 and 7-3. So imagine if I lose on time in 7-3, I'm gonna have a hard time here in 5-3. All right, weird openings continue. You can't play the Dutch now. Yeah. You know that my first E4 game ever, I was already a national master, when I played e4 for the first time in a tournament game. It was against Curdo in like a New Hampshire Open. It was like 1991 New Hampshire Open, my first ever e4 game. I had played e4 for years in Blitz, but I never had the guts to play it in a tournament game. And my first e4 game ever was with Curdo in a Steinitz Roy Lopez. Alright, so we're supposed to play weird openings though, you know, so there won't be any Steinitz Roy Lopez, unfortunately. A3. I don't know what this is, but it's more fun than the Ponziani. The wasted move variation. Attacking my pawn. This transposes to a known line. A3 is known here. Not the worst move, but it's probably better to do like bishop e2 or one of these weird. G3 leads to crazy stuff. A3 is actually not bad in the four knights. Yeah, Curdo would play something classical when he's not playing the Nimzovich. John is like over 80 years old now. Okay, bishop e7. So it's a four knights where we can play the Scotch. The A3 seems very relevant if I open up the center now. Pretty much everything is irrelevant in this position. Bishop c4, knight takes e4. That's the problem, kids. Any way to justify that? Bishop c4, knight e4, knight e4, d5, bishop b5, d takes e4, knight takes e5. Maybe that's actually okay for me. It seems like now we transpose to some kind of known. This looks like my teammate Tibor Tolnai played a game against Mezros Andrash last year. Just crushed him with this simplistic sort of quiet Vienna game, 2 nights. But objectively, it should be pretty close to equal. I've got my bishop outside the pawn chain, and white has some kind of advantage based on this being outside the pawn chain, I imagine. This bishop is blocked in. But it's not much, though. An Uber driver is very solid. Wow. Going for exchanges. Interesting. Knight d4, e4. Knight e2. Seems like a reasonable move for black. Take, knight e2, c5, what else? And then you're setting up d5 next. It's more or less like, it's more or less the justification for this. Alright, let's do it. d5 takes, knight takes, and I think I'm okay. So it's like you have to play c5, which gives me time to play knight f4. c3, I think d5, probably okay for black. But if I go here, maybe we can keep control of d5 and keep an advantage. Guys, we have time for at least one more game after this. John Curto is an American FIDE master who he's like 80 plus now. I don't think he's even playing, but He was a legend in my local area, and player who should have been he should have been an international master, but he never traveled outside the United States. In that era, basically, there weren't enough norm tournaments. Like nowadays, they're like candy. There's every state in the union has titled tournaments every week, but even until the last 20 years, it was very hard to get the IM or GM title. But then it seems like in recent years, it's suddenly become a lot easier to organize these tournaments because FIDE has made the time controls faster, titles are a little easier to achieve. So bishop b7, I don't know, I mean, I like white here. Bishop b7, d5, ed, knight takes d5, queen f3, knight f4, queen b7, knight e2 check. There is d5, e5 though. That could kind of be a problem for black. So it looks like white is better. Weird Vienna game. Not going to lose on time. Not this time. Last time he froze me in a winning position. I freaked and lost on time. Time before that, I lost on time in an almost holdable position. I don't know what's making me lose on time against Uber Driver. Kill on that d5 square, man. You gotta keep that under control. I think in e4, e5 openings and the Sicilian, anything where black's pawn structure is based on dark squares, like d6 Sicilian or e4, e5, the d5 square is everything. We recently saw that Ruslan Ponomarev had joined lichess. I don't think that's recent, but I don't think he does play on lichess much. I saw him streaming on chess. Whatever that is. The site where everyone's an engine. But I was thinking, like, if I did raid someone else's stream, I'd probably pick Ponomarev. At least the guy is into serious chess. Where's my threat? Super driver guy is too much. He's just too good. He's making this work for black. I thought I was better, but now I'm not so sure. It's hard to find a plan. Honestly, I don't have one. I think the last move I screwed up. Maybe I should have recirculated my knight. My knight has nowhere to go now. It's kind of comical. This is horrible. Horrible looking, at least. How much more solid can you get? Man, he sees everything. Are you kidding me? What? Boris Spassky. Uber driver should have exchanged on d3 first, and then I wouldn't have the c3 pawn to anchor my knight on d4. I might be in serious trouble there. But he's a very strong player. There's no doubt he's a master. Master level. It's not a secret. Life master. Uber driver. Threatening bishop d6. Kind of sneaky fast too. Look at him go. Mm-mm. Damn, dude. It's kind of out of control strong. Who is this guy? A lot stronger than his lichess rating would supposedly. It's like faster than me too. Yeah, it's like flagging me. Uber driver, how are you like 1500 in bullet chess? You don't have bullet chess rating. Interesting. It's getting a little too much now. Little too strong now, Uber driver. I think Uber Driver's getting a little too strong for his rating. I mean, seriously, dude. It's almost like you're trolling me now. And Black's play in this game is like average until the end when he turns into like an international master, Blitz wise. It doesn't really gel with his ratings. Uber Driver, how can you be 2000 in Blitz? Like, what's that about? Like, seriously. You let your 5-year-old son play on your account when you play Blitz or something? All right, is this rated? No. Well, of course he missed the winning move, dude. He was spending 0 seconds per move to try to win on time. How can you like play the best move and try to win on time at the same time? Like, you can't do both, dude. Either you try to flag me and move instantaneously, or, you know, you make mistakes. I mean, it's hard to do both there. His head is getting too big. And what I'm impressed by most is your bullet skills there, Uber Driver. For a guy who's like 2000 in bullet, you seem awfully strong. Like you sandbagged your ratings or something. You should be more like 2400 in Blitz on lichess and presumably 22 plus in bullet. Gave it up. National Master Uber Driver. Why don't you ask lichess for your National Master title? You prefer being like a secret National Master? No, I don't know who you are, because the person who I thought you were at first doesn't have the right opening repertoire to be you. And the second person who I thought you were is too slow to be you. So now I'm pretty confused. There's two potential people who I thought you could be. One is too slow, and the other one has the wrong opening repertoire. So, I don't know, man. I can't really figure out who you could be. You know? Could be, long lost, could be a long lost person who I forgot about. You're not the two people who I thought you could be. Okay, A5, bishop D7. You're too fast to be number one. Yaronoko playing the opening well. Yaroniko, sorry. Yaroniko. The Uber Driver mystery continues. Surprisingly fast. Would point to suspect A. The repertoire doesn't seem right. Should I... What is the other chess site? No, he's talking about an older... Probably an older site. I'm not sure. Believe it or not, kids, internet chess basically started in the mid-90s. I remember playing online chess in the computer lab in 1992 at my school. Long before that other chess site. Summit review at a 2100. That's the right era. I thought you might be someone who's far more familiar to me. Just wasn't sure. The FICS. FICS. So, like, if we go back to the early 90s, I started playing chess on the internet chess server, which predated FICS. There just was internet chess server at first. I remember actually, I literally remember like typing in the like, you know, coordinates for my moves. We were typing in moves in those days for Blitz games. Well, FICS is FICS. It was originally ICS. It's now FICS. Because the ICC broke away and became a pay site. But by definition, they're different things. It was supposed to start as a free thing, and then they tried to turn it into a money project. The internet chess server started at Carnegie Mellon, I think. Pittsburgh. The very beginning of the 90s. Sadly, everything good is ruined for the sake of money. Bishop b5. I'd like to play d5. I guess it's good enough. White seems okay here, actually. I guess Nico's just not really good at fast chess. Pretty solid, though. Asper, you had an account on the original ICS? I don't even know what mine was called. I still remember playing on there. We had those old-fashioned monitors with like the green color. The green screen monitors. In my computer lab. Typing in the keyboard moves. Okay, that's enough. I'm tired of being abused here by white. We might be able to win a pawn. White's gonna just lose on time. That's funny. E takes f6. The engine recommends rook takes, and I'm clearly going to take with the bishop. I figure I'm getting the b2 pawn. For a minute, I thought that she had this, but I don't think that white can save this pawn. Okay, guys, it's time to go, I guess, for today. Fuchsia, unless Fuchsia wants to play, I've got to go. It's time to go. Fuchsia, you just showed up for the end of the stream, so I've got time for a 3+2 game if anybody wants to play. One last quick blitz game. Perfect game. All right, I'm gonna end the stream with that. Anyway, guys, next stream tomorrow night, subscriber stream, sponsored by Uber Driver. We'll be meeting here at 6:30 p.m. CEST. And you guys can submit your games to my account, Sparkle Horse on lichess. We're going to go over like 10 to 12 games, hopefully. Fuchsia, thanks for stopping by. I was wondering how you were doing. Good luck in the correspondence game. Love the C3 Sicilian. Other than that, from the Panda myself, and good luck with all your Uber and Lyft driving, wherever you are. We might have to start that too. We might need some tips. Oh, get it, tips. Anyway, guys, bye-bye. See you guys later. Have a great time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and the donations. I'll see you later tomorrow night for our subscriber stream. So stay tuned for my message about the subscriber stream. I'll send an email to the subscribers. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.